one.
Awesome, Eliana. Thank you so much for bearing with me on answering all of those questions. Now we're going to get started on our appointment. So I know you talked a little bit about talking about your goal that you want to accomplish by coming to financial coaching. And you said a little bit about building your savings, right? And having a savings fund, establishing.
Yeah,
Can we talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So right now, I guess you can say I haven't really been actively saving, other than my 401k, which, funds just automatically get directed from my paycheck to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a savings account. I would say each month that I try to, not spend all of my income.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actively putting that extra money in a savings account, or I don't really have like a specific number that I've been trying to save each month.
Right.
So I would really love to just, kind of build up a savings account, one that I kind of think of as for emergency purposes, just in case, like I said before, if I lost my job or if some sort of emergency popped up, I just would want to have that to kind of fall back on and feel more comfortable with being able to address that emergency.
Right, yeah. And so as you were kind of talking about, I was just here writing some notes, right? But so as of right now, I think you said that you do not have a savings account. Is that correct?
That's correct. I don't.
So, as we're kind of talking about these goals, one of the action steps that we could put down here for as we're working on these sessions is maybe we should look into establishing a savings account. Have you looked into that at your bank?
I haven't. It's been on my to-do list that I never get around to.
Great.
So yes, I can definitely check with my bank.
Mm-hmm.
I guess also just explore some other banks, to see what my options are and what might be the best fit.
Right, 100%. And I think like looking at other banks that, really fit your needs, and maybe you just want to have a savings account with that other bank, and that's perfectly okay. I'm also going to write down here another one of the action steps is, doing that research, right? Finding a bank that fills your needs, and, so that can be something that you definitely start putting money aside for your savings account, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am just writing a little bit about our notes. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time, and thank you for jotting all of this down. I
Yeah.
tendency to not remember things, so it's good to have them all in one place.
100%. No worries here. And then here, action step, doing research on banks for savings accounts. Great, awesome. Well, thank you so much for, talking a little bit more about those goals that you want to accomplish. And I think as of right now, right, we're planning, right? We're trying to figure out what those following steps are as we're moving forward. So I'm so happy that we're just working towards these goals, and we'll go ahead and do that as we move forward in our sessions. And again, like if you have any questions or anything, always feel free, whenever we schedule our next appointment, something has come up, we can always dive deep into those questions. So
Okay,
before we go off, before we finish off our appointment, I just wanted to ask you some last minute questions before we end our appointment. I hope that is okay with you.
Yeah, totally fine.
Perfect. So now that we've kind of gone through our goals and kind of our whole session, I did want to ask you, so with 1 being the least confident and 5 being the most confident, how confident are you in your ability to achieve a financial goal you set for yourself?
I think about a 4.
Awesome. Great, great. Love, I'm excited that you said that number because we're working towards it. Amazing. Are you more likely to take any of the following actions as of right now, like with our session and everything? Are you more likely to open up a bank account, open up a retirement fund, and I know you already have one, pay off any debt, check your credit score, start saving or open up a savings account? I know that was in our conversation. Attend other financial education courses or services, budget and or track your expenses or other goal you have in mind.
Yeah, I would definitely, starting a savings account, opening that up. And I think budgeting and tracking expenses will actually be something that'll be really helpful for me. So probably mark that too.
Awesome. Great. That's pretty much it for me in regards to the questions that I have to ask. So again, I thank you so much for your time, and I really look forward to having these sessions and talking about savings. So feel free to schedule another appointment with by calling the number 737-717-4000, and we can schedule another appointment to talk about the goals that we have.
Yeah, that sounds great. I will definitely give that number a call.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Denora. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks.
Great. So, hey, financial coaches. So now our client has left our Zoom call, quote unquote. So right now we're going to be doing the financial coaching session touch point now that our session has been concluded. So we go here to record a touch point. And here in this drop down area, you will see financial coaching session. So I'll go ahead and click that. And then as the identifier, you can put establishing savings fund. And then the financial coach, so you would put your name here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and find my name. And then we spent about 60 minutes on this call. Again, that's based off how much time you spent with the client. And then, so right now, a lot of this is phone or virtual, right, on Zoom. So I'm going to be putting phone virtual as a location. What did we work on today? So today we worked on increasing savings. If you were to be working on something else, you would check off whatever that would follow your conversation. And then since the credit score and total debt is not really pertaining to this topic, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that. On the notes here, I'm just going to put a quick sentence or two about what we did. So I'm just going to put client wants to look into banking options for a savings account. They will be researching banks and want to start saving. Want to start saving monthly. They will be researching banks and wanting to start saving. And again, write this as many times as possible. I know I always have to go back and reread it to make sure I'm saying the right things. So yeah, wanting to look into bank options for a savings account. They'll be researching those banks and wanting to start saving monthly. A goal they have is to establish a savings account. And that's pretty much it on the notes part. You can always include, you can include like, we will be meeting next week to discuss progress within our goals. Progress for the goals we discussed. So again, short and sweet, and whatever helps you kind of just what happened in your conversation. And then we'll go ahead and press save. And then our touch point was submitted. So great, awesome. And you will see that here pop up financial coaching session up here underneath the recent touch points. And you will also see the other touch points that we did. So the session, the goal, and the intake that we did in the other video. So thank you so much for your time, financial coaches. We really appreciate you doing all of this and, really helping all of our clients during this stressful time and having those worthwhile conversations 100%. So again, thank you so much for your time, and we're here if y'all have any questions or anything like that. Have a good one.